Looks like my petrol light has just come on, or I suppose you'd say gas light in America, would you? Anyway, time for me to go and put some petrol in the car, or gas. So I thought what I'd do is I would take you guys along and show you what a Chinese gas station or petrol station, how it works and what the deal is, because it's actually very different to America. Not very different to South Africa, but very different to America. We have different kinds of petrol or gas here. I'm just going to call it petrol from now on. So when I'm saying petrol, I mean gas. So we've got many different kinds of petrol here, different octanes. And also, it's not self-serve. I remember in America, it was self-serve everywhere. You had to get out and actually pump your own petrol. And I actually quite liked that, to be honest. I thought it was quite an interesting experience. In South Africa, you do get petrol attendants, we call them, who will fill your car up for you, and it's the same here in China. And I'm guessing it's because there's a vast amount of people and they all need some form of employment here, so that's another job that can be had. Anyway, I thought let's pull into there's a BP, that's a well-known brand, right? British Petroleum. There's one on the way. I'm basically driving back from Huizhou to Shenzhen. There is one on the way. Let's stop there. Let's put some petrol in the car, and I'll show you what the shops look like, because you're going to be shocked. In the West, when I say in the West, I mean any Western country, all the ones I've been to anyway, petrol stations or gas stations are kind of like a little bastion of hope. It's the kind of place that you will go. Come on. Sorry. It's the kind of place that you'll go late at night, or, you can go anytime during the day, and there's just this huge amount of choice. You've got everything from, coffee to snacks to food to, like daily amenities that you need. It's kind of like a mini supermarket, really. And some of them are quite fancy. I found quite a lot in America were fancy. They got restaurants attached to them, and it's kind of like a little oasis, while you're driving, and you stop off at a petrol station, and you can pretty much meet all of your needs. Not so much here in China. Anyway, enough yapping. Let's actually go, and I can show you firsthand what I'm talking about. Now, what you'll find about petrol stations in China is they're not very conveniently located. And I have a feeling it has something to do with the fact that cars are a fairly recent phenomenon here in China. Only within the last sort of 15 to 20 years they've taken off. So when the initial infrastructure was all being put into place, petrol stations weren't really taken into account. So it's actually quite frustrating. Sometimes you're looking for a petrol station and there won't be one anywhere near you where you live. You have to kind of plan your routes around finding a petrol station. Now here we have what appears to be a BP and a 中国石油, which means I guess Chinese petroleum hybrid, which is a little interesting. And you can see that they have a so-called express shop. Let's talk about the octanes quickly. You can get 92 and 95 octane down here in the south. You can go to some special places to get 98. Anyway, I'm going to open the petrol here for this lady and tell her what I need. 你好，9200。好，没错。好，谢谢。现在一升是多少钱？6块2毛8。啊，6块2毛8啊，谢谢。Interesting。95呢？7块02。7块02，好，谢谢你啊。Okay. 刷卡现金。现金。现金给我就行。好。Okay, so let's see what we can find inside the express store here. We do have some canned coffees, which is nice. 需要什么吗？我去看一下，我想买东西，谢谢。A couple of different brands of motor oils and one or two little supplemental things, tow rope, rice and cooking oil, and biscuits. Okay, let's see what we can get to drink here. That is the grand selection of our drinks. I could do with a canned coffee. I think I'm going to grab one of those. Aha. Yaha. I'll get one of them. What else do we have? Ah, yes, of course. Chicken feet in a bag. This is always important. More chicken feet in a bag. And chicken in a bag. And dirty sausages and these kind of tea eggs, which are actually pretty good. I'm not going to lie, I like those. And our always convenient instant noodles. That's pretty much it, really. A couple of other things here, nothing really fancy. 你好，就想买这个咖啡。
要买其他吗？
好像不要了，谢谢。
红牛12块2瓶吗？
不要了。
今天买这才20块一组。
是吗？啊，不用了，谢谢啊。多
8块5。
8块5。我看一下有没有零钱啊，这。
送你20啊。
好。Yeah, we got our little breath mints and a couple of things here and there. Some condoms, I guess those are useful.
找你11块8。
好，谢谢啊。
慢走啊。
好，再见，拜拜。And we've actually got some wine here. It's bloody expensive. 213 for some fairly crappy wine and rice. Wine, rice, cooking oil. The essentials that you need. But that's it. That's the scope of this entire store. See this? This is it. It's tiny. It's not, there's nothing fancy about it. There are no coffee machines. There's no hot water, nothing like that. It's just straightforward. I got some washing powder. And that is all she wrote. That is a Chinese petrol station. And you can expect a good majority of them to be like that. Very small. Anyway, let's hit the road. 谢谢，再见。So guys, that 100 RMB got me 15.92 liters, which is about half a tank in this car. That's what I like about this little car. It cost me about 200 RMB because, petrol here in China it's around about double the price of what it is in America. So I remember that's why I could drive that big Corvette of mine all across the country in America because, petrol or gas, as you guys call it in America, is cheap in America. It is double the price here in China and it's way more expensive in Europe and South Africa and places like that. So count yourselves lucky, all of you lucky Americans with your gas guzzlers, you lucky buggers. You can just sit there and let a V8 idle 24/7 for a year and it'll cost you like $10. Anyway, I kid. So that's it, guys. That's Chinese petrol stations, and quite literally what you saw there is what you're going to find. You do get some bigger ones, you do get smaller ones, you get absolutely crap ones where there's nothing to buy, where you can only just put petrol in the rural areas, and sometimes if you're lucky they'll sell you a bottle of water or something. And you do get slightly fancier ones, but I'm not going to up your expectations. When I say slightly fancier, they may have a few more choices, but it's nothing like overseas. You don't get restaurants attached to them. You don't get fancy sort of deli food counters and all sorts of interesting, cool things. It's literally bare bones. And that's probably because in China, convenience stores and supermarkets are plentiful everywhere and usually open late and all hours of the day anyway. So that kind of replaces the need for having these sort of gas station or petrol station convenience store type setups. All right. Anyway, I've waffled on long enough. That's sweet. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. And as always, guys, you know the drill. Stay awesome.